Goodbyes are so hard. It's so hard saying goodbye. Goodbye.
People are capping if they say they don't argue on holiday.
Drop it. Long weave to the side, cut low on the other. We tie it up, we're just like one another. She's got the figure real lady, and me and her could make some pretty babies. Wind your waist round, 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 round. Shake that booty down, 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 down. Wind your waist round, 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 round. Shake that booty down, 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 down.
Araya! Araya! She's like, this is painful, but I'm gonna get to that sand. What's up, guys? Hope you can hear me alright. It's a bit noisy over here. They're blaring out some music, playing party music over here, which is, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice vibe. Yeah, so I'm here chilling on the lounges with Araya. She's sleeping. I've been sat here for about an hour just chilling and relaxing and taking in the sun. And you know what? Tommy always moans at me saying that, oh, you never want to sit in the sun, you don't want to do anything. And I always say to him, if we're by the pool or by the beach and there's a little breeze and there's scenery to see, I will sit in the sun. But not English sun. I will not sit like in the English sun doing nothing on the balcony. I don't find that enjoyable per se. So yeah, I've been sat here for most of the afternoon while he's in the pool with Aurora, and I've just been looking after Araya. Honestly, a beautiful place here. Everyone that works here, I think we said this in the previous vlog, that everyone's so helpful and so generous and just kind and lovely. And it's our last day today, guys. You're awake. Did you have a nice sleep? Did you have a nice sleep? Yeah. You definitely did, because you're smiling now. You weren't smiling before. Yeah.
So we've got to catch our flight at midnight. Well, after midnight tonight. So we're literally about to head back into the hotel room. This is the last time we're going to see the sun now, because we're flying back to the cold, wet, rainy UK in a matter of hours. So we're going back in. So goodbyes are so hard. It's so hard saying goodbye. Goodbye.
You're being silly.
Clickbait.
Clickbait.
No, I'm actually genuinely sad. This is the last time we're going to see the sun for months. Because we're going inside, and then it's going to be dark, and then we're getting on a plane and we're going back to the UK. So it's the last time we'll see this beautiful sunshine for
Sunshine.
I don't know, until the spring. So we got a few months of winter left. So goodbye, sun. Gonna miss you so much, but you know, it's only gonna be a few months, and we'll see it again.
We'll see it again. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like we'll see it. We'll still see it, but feel it then. I mean, until we feel the sun. So what is up, family? Yeah, basically, as you can see, I'm a little bit red. Very red. Very red, very sunburnt. We spent a lot of time out in the sun, just enjoying the nice weather, enjoying the pool, the beach. We've had an amazing time here in Abu Dhabi. Sadly, we're about to go home. We're literally getting ready. We're packing our suitcases.
Yeah.
As you guys can see, we're packing our suitcases.
Yeah.
And we're about to leave this beautiful place.
Yeah.
This beautiful place.
Have to leave.
To make our way back to cold, rainy, grey London, and then drive from London to our hometown of Bristol. So I want to say it's bittersweet, but it's just bitter, to be honest. It's just bitter, isn't it? It's bitter. I'm bitter. You're bitter.
I'm so bitter. I was just saying I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to go.
No.
Let me not think too much about it.
Yeah, we've been here for 7 nights, and it's just. Sorry, I actually tell a lie, 6 nights, because this is actually would have been the 7th, but we've obviously got to check out early to get to the airport. So if you include tonight, it'd be 7 nights. It sucks, to say the least. Going home after 7 nights really, really sucks.
I know, it feels, when you book it, it sounds like it's long, but then like it just goes so quick.
It's not enough, is it?
It's not enough at all. Like, especially with the place that we visited, there were so many things that we wanted to do and we haven't managed to do because we're just relaxing.
We've hardly done anything, have we?
No.
We've just been making the most of the resort and the weather, really. Like,
Yeah.
We haven't done much. We went to the Galleria Mall, which you guys have seen on a previous vlog, and then we went to the Yas Mall. Or yeah, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yas, however you say it.
We were supposed to go to the Louvre, or however you say it.
Can't pronounce anything, can we?
But we had to book. We were just gonna go, but we had to book it in advance. So we had a little bit of a about that.
Last night, yeah, we had a few arguments last night.
Because do you know what I wanted to do? He wanted to stay out in the sun and he didn't want to go outside. You know, the usual things. But we ended up just going to Yas Mall. I don't know why we went there.
It's just, you just randomly just decided to, didn't you? But I got to say though, even though we didn't go to this museum, we went to a mall instead. The malls are like almost a tourist attraction in themselves.
Yeah.
They are insane.
There was Ferrari World in the Yas Mall as well.
Yeah, the Ferrari World, the theme park was in there.
Yeah.
But the malls are like, they're a lot bigger than anything we've got in the UK. Like the Westfield in London, I thought was big.
No, that doesn't even touch it.
The malls here are like the Westfield on steroids. Like they're bigger than anything I've been to in the States. Like the Fox Hills, like if any of you guys are from LA, the Fox Hills Mall, the Westfield in Culver City, put that on steroids, double up 10 times. They're crazy.
They're massive. They're not like narrow either. They're like massive.
Yeah.
Huge.
There's a lot of empty space in them, in fairness. Yeah. But yeah, they're crazy, and I can't put it in words. Everything is just huge here. Like, I've never been to Texas, but they say everything's bigger and better in Texas, but
I don't know.
I feel like
Dubai and Abu Dhabi might be.
Yeah, at the Arab Emirates, I think everything is bigger here than.
Most definitely, and it's like luxury as well. Everything is luxurious.
Yeah.
You can just tell, like, it's dripping in luxury.
This is why these malls are like quite a good tourist attraction when you come here, because it gives you a sense of how much money there is here. But another thing I've got to say, everything here is like double the prices of what you buy it in the UK. So like you can go into an H&M, a Zara, the regular high street shops, and the same kind of items of clothing are like double. Even like when you're buying food in a restaurant, what have you, it's just everything's a lot more expensive here. I like it here because you know how much I love the States and love American culture. Well, they got a bit of this out here. They got a lot more of that than they have here. Like as far as the cars, the food, the shopping. It's a bit closer to the States than the UK. And yeah, the weather's been good. We had one day where it rained, which we actually vlogged. So if you haven't seen that, go back and check it out. I got a birthday coming up pretty soon. Well, March, so it's only a few months. And I definitely intend on going somewhere for my birthday. I really want to go to Miami, guys. Depends what happens with this whole vaccine business. This vaccine mandate's not going anywhere. But we're going to make a habit of doing this, not just like once every 3 years, but maybe 3 times every 1 year. Or more. We're all about this travelling life, and the girls have loved it as well. You know, we're talking like from our perspective, but our 2 daughters have love just jumping in the pool, being on the beach, and just they both had an amazing time as well. So it's not just about us, you know. It's about showing our daughters like different cultures. It's about the last meal, the last supper we're having here. Supper. It's just a saying, the last supper. The last dinner we're having here in Abu Dhabi is something super special. As you can hear, Rai's very hungry, that's why she's making the fuss. But the last dinner is going to be Popeyes. Just thought for our last meal we're going to order Popeyes, which from Deliveroo, so it got delivered straight to the hotel reception. This is the second time having Popeyes since we've been here, I'm gonna lie, but as you guys know, we do not have Popeyes in our city at home in Bristol, so we're all for making the most of having one available on Deliveroo. So guys here are just chilling, about to eat this Popeyes chicken, the last meal of Abu Dhabi. Guys, what a shame, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Gotta go back to reality at some point anyway, guys. Sharon just read a comment from someone and they were quite interested to know what it's like traveling with 2 young children. Okay, so my thing is, I love going somewhere so much, I don't really think about traveling with 2 kids whilst I'm booking it. I don't worry about that at all. I just book it and just do it. Obviously it is a lot easier traveling without kids. You've got a lot less luggage. Personally, it is not that bad at all. You know, I'm joined to the hip with these guys. You know, I don't go anywhere without my family, really, other than, I guess, yeah, when I go out and work. Outside of work, I don't go anywhere without I'm on with them all the time, so I guess it's just natural for me. It can be stressful though, like I say, especially going through the airport. You've got extra luggage and you've got to make sure you don't want to be leaving any luggage behind, but more importantly, you don't want to be leaving kids anywhere, so it is a little bit more stressful, but it's so doable. I wouldn't let it, personally, if you've got kids and you want to travel, I'd say go for it 100%. You'll be surprised, it's not as bad as it seems, and once you're there at your destination, it's amazing. You know, sharing the experiences with your kids, I think it's more so the travelling.
What we would say as parents, as you know, traveling with kids, there's so much to think about. Things like car seats. If your child goes in a car seat, you have to think where you're traveling, do they require kids to sit in a car seat? So we didn't really get that much information about that here because we weren't sure whether we were going to hire a car or not. But when we got here, kids don't need a car seat. They can sit on your lap, just like England. Children don't really need a car seat. They can sit on your lap as well when they're a certain age, right?
Actually, yeah, babies can sit on laps in taxis in England, can't they?
Yeah, they can.
I always forget that.
Yeah. So that's one thing when you're traveling to Abu Dhabi and you've got a baby, you don't necessarily need a car seat unless you want to. But then obviously if you've got a car seat, you have to think where you're going to leave it. Let's say if you go to a mall or a theme park. So I think next time if we come, we're not going to bring a car seat. We'll just have our baby on my lap. And the other thing is, like Tommy said, luggage. It's a lot to be lugging around. But what I will do next time, I think, as well, is pack light. That's one thing I would say. Check in as much luggage as you can and just have a backpack for baby, really, because you just need maybe a couple of changing clothes just in case they get messy. 1 or 2 pouches of food, but they give you food on the plane anyway. And maybe just a few toiletries and that's it. So definitely I would say pack light to avoid losing items or just avoid too much things going through security. But another thing I'd say as well is where you're staying. Make sure that wherever you're staying, there's got a lot of activities for kids. The hotel we stayed in, they've got like a kind of creche nursery thing. You can either go there and leave your kids there, or you can go and stay with your kids. So, and they've got a pool, they've got a beach, they've got quite a few things around, which is quite nice. But I think what I will do next time is definitely have a hotel with a kitchenette or do an Airbnb, because we have a fussy 7-year-old. She likes her pastas, her rice, her bland stuff, and you know, they've got quite rich food here, and she's not about that life. So I would want somewhere with a kitchenette where we can boil food, and even for Araya, somewhere we can heat up our food where we don't have to go downstairs and ask for a bowl and ask them to heat up our food. That was just a nightmare. So at least if you've got it in one place, you could just go downstairs or wherever within your place to do their food.
So can I add a bit?
Yeah.
So I was going to say, that's my only one criticism about this particular place, or the only negative thing I'll say. There's not really anywhere any like food shops local.
No.
So you have to go down to there's a few restaurants to choose from in the hotel, but they're all very expensive.
And the food's limited.
And it's a limited selection of food. It's very rich, very limited. So you're kind of like, you don't have a lot of choice of restaurants unless you're sort of taxiing about, or you've got a hire car, then you can drive anywhere you want. But
yeah,
if you're here with kids and you kind of confined to the resort a little bit like we are, very little choice.
That's it.
Well, that's here. You know, it depends wherever your destination is, but
it's not all like hunky dory. Like, you know, all the photos we're posting, yeah, we were happy then, but there's some times when I was like,
we've had a couple of arguments.
People are capping if they say they don't argue on holiday. You do argue.
I always remember my parents arguing when we went on holiday. It's just a typical. You just argue because some.
Sorry, we got cut off then. But yes, the arguments are gonna happen because one person's gonna want to do something different and the other wants to do something else. So just bear that in mind. That yeah, the kids will get tired. You might be hungry and cranky, and there may be some arguments, but it won't last, will it? The whole day. Just make it done.
Well, hopefully not, unless you really hate one another. Then
yeah, then that's a whole different thing.
If you want to travel with kids, it's not that bad. Go for it.
Honestly, I would say Abu Dhabi. If you can come to Abu Dhabi, it's so safe. Everyone says how safe it is. They are very friendly, lovely people here. Actually, the resorts and the hotels, they go above and beyond anything I've ever seen. So do it. Come to Abu Dhabi, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think when you go to a country, you always have this preconceived idea of what it's like from what you've heard from someone, but when you come there or go there, it's totally different to what you could have imagined or heard. So
I think like here, obviously we're in the Middle East now. You know, when you think of the Middle East, it comes with a bit of a stigma attachment, doesn't it? Like, you think, I don't know, you might think of stereotypically like war-torn countries and stuff when you think of the Middle East.
Yeah.
But as Sharon said, well, from what we've been told, it's a very safe country. The laws are strict, but there's very, very little crime, so we've been told.
That's it.
Like one of the taxi drivers said, like you can be a woman, you can be walking on the side of the road at 3 a.m. at night and nothing's going to happen to you in pretty much any area of this city. So we've been told.
Yeah.
By 2 taxi drivers.
I can't fault this place. Even Aurora said she wants to come back, and that's, our daughter is very hard to please. The fact that she's saying that she wants to come back is a good sign.
Yeah. She's a bit of a homebody.
She's such a she is very, very hard to impress her. So I'm impressed that she's impressed.
Yeah, she loved it here.
She really loved it. So yeah, I think that will be the gauge. Whether your kids are happy, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just make sure that you also make it about them. Because when it's just about you, what you want to do, then that's when it kind of gets a bit difficult.
Guys, we've actually literally, we're getting things up in about 15 minutes. Next time you see us, we'll be back in rainy old Bristol.
Anyway guys, well, hopefully this has been helpful. If you guys have any other any of you parents on here watching, if you have any other advice on travel with kids, put it in the comments below. Help other parents to travel with confidence.
That sounded very professional then, didn't it? Travel with confidence.
Yes, travel with confidence.
By Tommy. And we know we're not that kind of channel, guys.
No, we're not.
You know, someone asked, so
we just thought we'll put it, yeah.
Anyway, guys, we've got to go back home to England, so we're going to love you and leave you, and we'll see you guys in another video back in England.
Yes.
Very, very soon. Cheers, mate.
It's so hot.